Hey, good morning, my friends. This is MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa. Welcome to the MLive Morning Weather Update brought to you by Lush Lawn. And I think we know quite a bit about this storm system heading this way, so we'll detail it for you. Hey, I look what they call in the TV biz a little bit hot there. How's that? A little bit better? All right, so what we got going on is a storm system coming. Most of our data quite consistent for a storm still out on the west coast. Still, I think what I would say is a room for probably one row of counties adjustment in the forecast in Michigan, maybe two rows. You know, the unfortunate thing is those one or two rows are in a highly populated area of southern Michigan. So we'll get to it. Let's go. All right. All right. So we're going to look at European versus U.S. model. And basically what I would tell you is that this looks to me like about a 5 to 9 inch snow in the heaviest band of snow. And that's what we'll be doing, is figuring out exactly where that heaviest band is going to set up. Why is it a 5 to 9? A lot of times we do 6 to 10 inches on this kind of storm, but there's going to be some mixture in there. There's going to be some freezing rain and some sleet. So I found that, usually we have to cut it, the top end, by an inch. It's hard to get the really top end higher amounts if you have some mixture in there. It packs down. Also says it'll be a heavier, wetter snow than the last snow, where at one point for a couple of hours the flakes got real big and they stacked up real efficiently. Remember, around Lansing area, 13 inches. This probably won't be the case this time. So now here we go. We're looking at the European, and we've got good travel weather today. We've got great travel weather and warmer temperatures tomorrow. This is tomorrow afternoon. Tomorrow evening and overnight. No, Bruce, you're such a naysayer. Not another storm of the century. And in fact, last time MLive never had a storm of the century. I've seen some output. I want to say something here. I've seen some output from at least one of the TV stations in Grand Rapids. They're nuts. They put the GFS yesterday showing 17, 18 inches of snow. They're nuts. I'll just say that. And it's people that have years and years of experience. Okay, so here we go. So Wednesday night, middle of the night, Thursday morning, 7 a.m., and you can see the cold air moving from the north to the south, the moisture moving in from the southwest. Very similar to what we had in the last storm system. But the last storm system, the cold air push was a little stronger, and it pushed it quickly, fairly quickly into Ohio. Of course, we got socked too, but Ohio and Indiana got socked even more. Now, this is midday Thursday, and you can see that little band of freezing rain. I'm going to show that to you on the Detroit area too in just a moment here. And then this is Thursday evening. And remember, this is the European. So just kind of remember this versus what I'm going to show you. And then this is the European for Thursday night. And by Friday morning, it's all over. Now, the U.S. model. Wednesday night, Thursday sunrise, it's about 2 counties farther north with the warm air. So you'll see when I show you the snow band, it's about 2 counties farther north with the heaviest snow band. They'll probably likely converge, and the GFS will move south 1 county and the European will move north 1 county. And look at this, folks. We're talking a storm. Still out entering the West Coast, and we're arguing about 1 county or not. And a few of you are going to say, wow, you totally blew it. It wasn't this much in Oakland County. It was in Genesee County. I love it because it means we're spot on. We're spot on for what we're supposed to do for you. We're supposed to give you the timing, the nature of the storm, and we're supposed to get real close to the amounts of snow. And if it's 8 inches, does it change anything you would do if it was 9 or 10? Or does it change anything you would do if it was 7? No. I don't really think so. All right, so let's keep going. We're on the U.S. model now. Remember, the U.S. model, a touch heavier on the precip and 1 or 2 counties farther north. But this is Thursday afternoon and Thursday evening, so everything shows that it's a southern half of lower Michigan snowstorm. And everything shows that this is the middle of Thursday night, and this is by sunrise Friday, and it's gone. All right, let's get into a little bit of a comparison here for you. This is going to be showing you the difference between the two. And this is something, again, thanks for joining me on the MLive Morning Weather Update brought to you by Lush Lawn. I'm MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa. Hey, please hit the share button so folks know what's coming on the way for Thursday, not the storm of the century. What does it take to get the storm of the century? You know, that would be a good post for me. I'll give you a little insight. You got to have a closed low pressure system that has a lot of circulating lines around it. It's cut off from the float. It sits there, and spokes of snowfall wrap around. That was the blizzard of 78 and blizzard of 67. So if you don't have a closed low, in my mind, you don't have a foot snow because everything moves along. All right, so we are comparing now the European to the GFS. So we're going to go, which is the U.S. model. So we're going to go to Thursday morning, sunrise, European, U.S. model. European, U.S. model. I'm sorry. Right there, U.S. model. So you can see that the U.S. model is a little bit warmer by just about a county Thursday morning. Now let's go to Thursday afternoon, U.S. model, European. European, U.S. model. Pretty similar, maybe 15 miles difference. And then let's go to Thursday evening, U.S. model, European model. And very similar to difference here, U.S. model with the moderate snow up to Grand Rapids, up to Saginaw, into the Thumb. The European with the moderate snow, Kalamazoo to Flint. So again, we're talking about 25 miles difference or so. Okay, I want to show you this, the amount of liquid precipitation off the European. That would be melted snow plus rain. And it's a 1 to 2 inch liquid, according to the European. The U.S. model, it's a 1 to 2 inch precipitation model on the liquid. So here we go. And, I'm plenty comfortable with showing you amounts because things look reasonable from the two models. The timing looks good. They look very consistent within about 1 county. Don't look overdone. We've seen this GFS get what we've always called since the 80s meteorological cancer. And that is, it picks up on something and it keeps forecasting, and it accelerates the forecast. And that's where you get these forecasts of 17, 20 inches. I just don't know why somebody would do that for credibility. Okay, so here we go with the snowfall. Total snowfall, European on this, would say it's a 5 to 7 inch snow. Would say that Detroit gets it the heaviest. I would say, it's a meaningful snow from around Saginaw to just south of Grand Rapids southward. That's the European. This is the GFS. And ignore the 11 and 12. I've already gone over that. It does it a little bit too much. And look at the comparison. Same idea, the GFS and the European, off by 2 counties, taking the heavy snow band from the European on the north side, Flint to Kalamazoo, and taking it on the north side to all the way through the Bay City area and all the way through Grand Rapids. And again, if you could imagine a combo of those two, where it brings the heavy snow band up to about Saginaw County, up to about Grand Rapids, Kent County, and then southward, That's what I believe it would kind of be. So, hey, Joe, no, not a blizzard, not a blizzard at all. Uh, so again, I'd call it a 5 to 9 inch snow, solid snowstorm in that strip, and the trick will be, which way does it go a little bit. I would say Kalamazoo, you're in it. I would say Lansing, you're in it, whether it shifts north or south. I would say Flint, you're in it, whether it shifts north or south. Oakland County, you're probably in it, whether it shifts north or south. Um, and then Saginaw and Grand Rapids, iffy. If it shifts north, you get what I consider a snowstorm. We're going to ask that question tomorrow. What do you think is a snowstorm this time in southern Michigan? I would say 4 inches plus, not a world-ending snowstorm, but it's what people would call a snowstorm that would impact their lives, okay? What time will Saginaw be getting snow? Someone wants to know. Almost everybody will get it in the northern section. Saginaw, Grand Rapids will get it toward Thursday morning, probably by sunrise Thursday morning. The far southeast, Detroit, Ann Arbor, Monroe, you might wait until sometime late Thursday morning to get the snow, and most of it falls Thursday afternoon, Thursday evening or so. All right, another thing that we have to watch for on this is freezing rain. Now, we'll watch the European because look what the European does. Remember I showed you that this is a heavy precipitation maker. And the European puts a small little area of half-inch ice in the populated areas around Detroit. So we will keep an eye on that. The National Weather Service talks about 5/100ths to a tenth of an inch of freezing rain. And again, that's my thinking for bring the typical 6 to 10 inch range down to 5 to 9 inches, because that means we're going to have freezing rain. We'll have probably for an hour or so in any one spot. We'll have probably sleet for an hour or so. We'll have wet snow for an hour or so, and then it'll transition. All that squashes things down and affects the amounts that we could see. Hey, good morning, Susie McIntosh from Ypsilanti. Good morning, Linda Quist. John Markey, okay, when will the last snowstorm of the season hit Michigan? That's going out on a limb. We still have a ways. We do have milder temperatures, but we still have probably a couple of snowstorms possible, and still could be the biggest one of the season. Last thing I'll leave you with, temperatures. There's a little bit of a spring thought in here. Now, not so much today, but we're upper 20s to mid 30s near Grand Rapids, to 40 in the far southwest corner. And tomorrow we're 45 to 50 degrees in a lot of spots. And then Thursday, there's your big temperature contrast from 40 early in the morning, Detroit, Ann Arbor, and Monroe, to 30s to 20s falling temperatures. We don't get real cold behind this storm system in the 20s. There's an Alberta clipper coming through Friday. It will keep us cold on Saturday, but look at Sunday. We already popped back into the 40s to maybe 50 degrees, and that's all the way across the lower peninsula. And then some 40s get more common in the south for Monday and for Tuesday. So there are some hints that the cold air is really starting to try to give up. All right. Gaylord, Jeanette Lottie's asking, Gaylord, you're going to be out of the main storm. You might get an inch on this. Teresa Lowry, what about Jackson? Jackson, you're going to be in the mess. You're going to be in the heavy amount of precip. It's just a question of you get 2/10 of an inch of freezing rain and then the snow, or do you blow right through the freezing rain and get to the snow? Yes, John Markey, I know you like to be a smart ampersand, dollar sign, but that's fine. Yes, a lot of folks getting ready for the warmer temperatures. Caramello traveled Friday morning from South Lyon to Mount Pleasant. Should be okay. These things don't clean up instantly after several inches of snow, but the snow will be done, I would say, 6 hours before sunrise. Grand Rapids to Detroit on Friday should be okay. No precipitation. How's Muskegon looking? Says Michelle Snow. Hey, I like your last name. Muskegon, let's go back to Muskegon. Let's see here. I'm going to say that Muskegon is going to be. Now, here's the European. Muskegon is, an inch or so, and here's the GFS. And Muskegon is heavy there, 6 inches. The GFS, we got to cut that. Remember, you got to cut those top ends off, and we'll see that happen. But I just want you to look at the placement, not so much. But I wouldn't show this to you yesterday because it said 17, 20 inches. See how it's already starting to come down? Hershey, boy, you got to remind me where Hershey is. I don't really know. Battle Creek, Steve, you're going to be in the heart of it. You're probably going to be in that 5 to 9 inch band. Will freezing rains start in Saginaw on Wednesday? No, it looks like it would be middle of the night. Wednesday will be warm everywhere. So it'll be about an hour or two of freezing rain when that colder air comes in. Saginaw, I'm guesstimating towards sunrise on Thursday. Hey, good morning, Karen Garza from Eaton Rapids. Otisville area in the thumb in Lapeer County. I'd say you're going to be in the solid snow. You're going to be in the 5 to 9 plus the mix. Bad Axe, the thumb, MJ Story. You're going to be probably on the northern edge. You're going to probably be in the 5 to 9 inch band, but you might not be in the 9. You still are in that room for adjustment. Everybody's in the area where we're going to adjust it a little bit. So we won't pin it down just yet until tomorrow. So I'm giving you kind of the general feel. Jackson, you're going to be in the mess. You might get a little more freezing rain than everybody else, 10th or 2/10 of an inch. Oakland County, Cindy Kinney. I would say Oakland County, as you go into northern Oakland County, you're going to be probably in the heaviest band. And as you go south, you might get another 1/10 of an inch of freezing rain, and that might cut your snow by 2 inches or so. There you have it. Nancy Kidd Monroe. We'll watch Monroe. You have the possibility, if the U.S. model is close to being right, you have the possibility of having a lot less snow because you could be in the rain and freezing rain for a while. I guess the point is that we're all about to get 1 to 2 inches of liquid, whether it comes in the form of snow, freezing rain, or rain, and the snow, of course, would be the melted snow. Hey, thanks for watching. This is the MLive Morning Weather Update brought to you by Lush Lawn. Thank you, Lush Lawn, for supporting this. And over the next couple of days, going to be very important. The big picture item that you need to take away from this is Thursday in the southern half of Lower Michigan is probably going to be very dangerous to travel because we'll either have snow or freezing rain coming down at a pretty good clip. I'm MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa. I'll keep you updated. Take care.